Hi everyone, it's Thursday the 11th, and I wanted to let you know I'm really enjoying reading the work you're doing. And I also wanted to let you know that I have never had a January class where everyone in the class was keeping up with the heavy workload. So congratulations on that. I'm really pleased with your work and I'm looking forward to your projects. So this week what I wanted to talk about was your, whoops, excuse me. I wanted to talk about the objectives and due dates, mostly to look at the due dates. So today is the 11th, and you have something in a discussion board due tonight. And if you look, you really do not have anything else due for a week or almost a whole week. And the reason I do that is because this time, while you might be reading and looking at material, I'd like you to spend a lot of your time working on your final projects. So your final projects, you have received a lot of feedback from me on the checkpoints 1 and 2. I expect you to incorporate the comments and address things that need to be addressed. I've graded very leniently as we go along, but on this final project, I expect you to incorporate the things that needed to change. If you do not do that, your grade will suffer dramatically, and we'll look at why. So if you look at what else is due in this upcoming week, you have your exam, which happens Sunday and Monday. And then in this unit 3, you have some assignments due on the 18th and 19th. You're supposed to post your projects by the 17th, which is Wednesday of next week. And then I'd like them posted by 9 p.m. because between 9 and midnight, I go in and look at them to make sure they're working. If something is not working, I let you know so you can fix it before other people try to watch your presentations. All of your presentations should take 10 minutes or less for us to review. So if you're reviewing something and it takes you more than 10 minutes, you can stop reviewing where you are and score it as if you were finished. So you submit your forms for your scoring on the 19th, and we'll look at that. On the 20th, you have to ask 3 questions of 3 people inside your discussion board. On the 21st, you have to answer 2 questions not correctly. You have to answer 2 questions in the discussion board. And then on the 21st to the 22nd, that is your final test of the unit, and it's on the 3rd unit only. It's not cumulative. So those are really important things, and the biggest item is looking at this project. So 2 things I wanted to show you were the scoring tools. So you are going to score each other's work, and you're going to score it using this document. Make it a little bit bigger. You don't know if the content is correct or not, but you do know the kind of things that should be covered. So you're going to look for, did the person cover history and pathophysiology like they needed to? Did they address epidemiology, which is the incidence and prevalence? Did they talk about diagnosis and treatment? Did they talk about social determinants of health and prevention? And so as you can see, you only need to address 3 social determinants of health in your project, and that's because not every social determinant of health matches every single concept or disease. Then the effects of the disease on you, on the person who has the disease, and on their significant others. And then what is your role, explaining in detail. So I would, for example, if you want to be a nurse, I wouldn't expect you to say, I'm going to treat patients with this disease. I would expect some specific ideas on what you could do in that role to assist people who have that disease or their significant others. Then after you watch each person's, you will write at the bottom 1 thing you thought was exceptional and 1 thing that you thought could be improved. As you can see, at the top of this, you put the name of the person you're scoring, their topic, and their genre. And so what will happen is I will copy and paste all of the comments for your presentation into a document and give it to you, so you can see your peers' feedback on your project. If it appears to me that you did not watch the projects in your discussion board or review the projects in your discussion board, you will significantly lose points. And that's because you're looking at 8 or 9 people's presentations, at 10 minutes each, that's 80 or 90 minutes that people are giving of their life to review each other's projects and learn about other people's research about diseases. If you choose not to give that part of your time to the project, it's not fair that you would then get the same grade as everyone else. So an example of when this is obvious is this. It's clear, for example, that the person has no epidemiology in their project. Everybody in the class knows it, I know it, but you give them it was fully covered. That is clear then that you did not watch that project or review the project. And if that happens, then you will suffer the consequences of not giving that time to your peers. If any of you have problems fitting it into your schedule, just let me know. And if someone submits their project late, you are not obligated to go back and watch it. So for example, these are due on the 17th. If someone does not submit theirs until the 19th and you've already started reviewing the projects, you do not have to go back and figure out whose was late and who you still need to review. So that's the peer scores that you will see. I'll go down. And here is my scoring. I'm sorry. On this sheet, on this document, there are, I think, 11 different scoring for 11 different people. I think you're only going to review 8 or 9 people, so there might be a couple of these blank. So just keep that in mind. So let's look at the instructor scoring tool so that you can see how I'm going to score it. As I've already said, I'm looking to see that you've incorporated the information that I've given you, because that information is important. I've been telling you if you're on target. I've been telling you if you miss things. I've been giving some of you links to go and find more information if you said you needed it. So I expect you to incorporate those things so your projects are really good. In reality, you've been working on this project the entire semester, and what you have for your project should be amazing. So again, it's the same setup, history and pathophysiology. Then, did you address epidemiology? And for all of you, I've been asking you to find incidence and mortality rates for different populations, for men and women, for different races and ethnicities, for different ages. Each of you might have a different grouping because of what your disease is, but that incidence and mortality data are very, very important. Then, did you cover diagnosis and treatment? I'm looking for 3 social determinants of health and how they might relate to prevention. And you will be, it's 3 points for each one, and it explains how they're scored. Then the effects of the disease on the person and the significant others, and what is your role. And if I fix this correctly this morning, it'll be worth 50 points. I will check it again to make sure it is. If you have any questions, please let me know. The other important thing I'd like you to know is that I am leaving for Florida on Friday the 12th, and I will be returning the 21st. I will have access to internet. However, I may not respond as quickly as I do normally. If something's really urgent and I'm not responding quickly enough, send me a text message, and as soon as I get to my computer, I will check my email. I am hoping that I still check my email every day. I'm hoping that I respond to you quickly. And again, if you need anything, please let me know. I'm here for you. I'm just going to be in a different state. So again, I am totally enjoying the work you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. The class is 2/3 over. We have just the last unit to do in this next week. And like I said before, you were the first January class I have ever had where every single person is keeping up with the work. So congratulations. I look forward to your final projects, and let me know if you need anything. Bye-bye, everybody.